Good afternoon. It's Anita Haines here with Stamp with Anita. Welcome to my studio. I'm coming today during the day instead of the evening because I've got things going on this evening. My first Christmas party for the season. So I asked the question yesterday, are you a decorate for Christmas before or after Thanksgiving? I actually put a little poll up on my Instagram last night, and when I went to bed last night, it was after, was way ahead, but when I got up this morning, it was equal, 50-50. Half of you like to decorate before Thanksgiving for Christmas, and half of you like to decorate after Thanksgiving. I'm usually an after Thanksgiving, but I think this year, well, I know this year because I already dug some things out of the attic, I'm going to decorate before. Other than my studio, I always decorate before because we have card classes and things like that, so that helps get into the Christmas spirit before and during my classes. So I'm going to bring a little bit of joy today with this card. It's got lots of fun. It looks really simple, and it is really simple, but I like cards, as I mentioned to the ladies that came to my class, I like cards that you look at them and you're drawn to them, and then, but the more and more you look at them, you see more details, like in this little focal point right here, and the paper that has some bling and the ribbon. There we go. You can see that bling on that paper. This is a fun card, and I hope that it brings you a little bit of joy today, as well as I share with you how I made it. So on Monday, I came to you and I shared how to make this card. I love it. It just looks like a present to me. And the inside, just simple. And then yesterday, I came and we made this card. This was the second card. Love it. Peace on Earth. So I hope you enjoyed that. And then, like I said, today we are going to be sharing a little bit of joy. And be sure to come back tomorrow because we have a beautiful nativity scene with a fun fold. Looks complicated, but very simple. And then on Friday, make sure you come back because I'm going to share this cute little treat. I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and flip my camera down. So here we have the Holiday Mini. Again, as I mentioned, I do just have a couple copies of this left if you're interested in this. But the card, again, that we're doing is this Joy. And really, out of the catalog, the focus would be this paper, which I shared on the very first day, so I probably won't take time to do that. You can go back on Mondays. It comes from this suite, the Traditions of Christmas suite, this beautiful paper, the stamp set that we're using. And I actually don't have a whole lot of stamping on this, but we're going back to this Christmas greenery set, and we're going to be using this stamp in here. And it's kind of hidden right there on the background. And then a couple other things that we're using. If you look at this, oh, and also the little poinsettia we're also using right here. We're stamping that. But this this tag and the word joy and some of these little embellishments down here actually come out of this die. And you're going to say, well, Anita, I don't ever remember seeing that die. Well, this is a specialty die that, let's see what the name of it is, called Abundant something. I've got Abundant Joy dies, that makes sense. So if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, they have been coming out with a die that works for like 3 months of the Paper Pumpkin. It coordinates. So this one was October, November, and December. Coordinates with those Paper Pumpkin sets. The only way to get this is to be a Paper Pumpkin subscriber. And honestly, this is probably sold out, but I couldn't resist using it on this card because I love this die. If you look at it up close, it's got that little stitch detail, and it's just got some really fun things in there, and who doesn't love a good tag? So I decided to use that for this card. And the folder, I didn't bring it over, but this is a new folder. I don't know if you can see that in the background. It's just got leaves. You could also use a plaid. There's all kinds of folders that we have that you could use on this card, but I decided to use that one since it was new. And so I'm going to go ahead and get us started on stamping. I'm going to pull out my packet of goodies here. We're using Pool Party, and I pulled all my colors straight from the DSP. Again, this is like that Traditions of Christmas DSP. Isn't that gorgeous? Fun red on the background, but I just absolutely love that. And it's got this little bit of that Pool Party in the background, and it's got some pinks along with the traditional red and greens. And I also used, I meant to bring that over and I didn't bring it over, but our banner dies. Love these banner dies. Like this is not even the smallest, but it goes up really big. I can't even remember how many dies are in there, but I absolutely love the banner dies. I've got this beautiful ribbon, which unfortunately I don't think is going to be back in stock until like February, but you could use any ribbon that you have. But isn't this gorgeous? I can see why it's gone. Here's that folder. I went ahead and ran it through already. So this is just a 4 by 5 1/4 for the front. This is going to be for the inside. And then I cut this tag out twice, once in the Pool Party and once in white. I've got a little strip of gold foil paper. I've cut my Joy out of real red. And I also cut out a die cut, the poinsettia. And then this came out of the set, the traditional labels, or traditional, let me look so I don't give you the wrong, this Christmas greenery dies, but it's part of that traditional Christmas suite. And then these two pieces came out of the paper pumpkin dies. And this was vellum. This is a piece of gold foil. Those are all my pieces and parts. So let me set them over here, and I will grab as I need, depending on what I'm going to start with. I think what I'm going to start with, actually, is the inside of the card. So this is just, again, this is just the Pool Party. It's a half a sheet of 8.5 by 11 cut in half, and then scored at 4 1/4. So it's given me my basic traditional card size that we use, which is the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then this is going to be for the outside, but let's go ahead and do the stamping. So we're going to use this on the inside, make sure I've got it positioned the right way. And again, I'm using this image out of the Traditional Christmas, and I'm going to use Pool Party, or I say Traditional Christmas, that's the suite, but the actual stamp set is called Christmas Greenery right here, because that suite has 2 different bundles in it. So let's open up this Pool Party, and I'm going to ink this up. Oops, I think I'm making the table rock, so I'm going to put it up here in my hand. I'm going to move this light a little bit. It's like right in my way here. There we go. All right, and then I'm just simply going to take this and stamp it just kind of up on or down on this corner right here. So it's just going to, how in the world did I already get ink on me? I'm telling you. While I have that out, I'm going to go ahead and stamp the envelope as well. So here's the envelope. We'll try not to get any more ink on me. And I think on this one, I'm just going to go in this corner. Make sure I move that. It's just a really pretty background. And then the other thing I'm going to stamp, I'm going to pull over this Pool Party tag and ink this up once again, and just stamp straight down and straight up on this. And that's going to give me a background on there. Isn't that pretty? I just love that. And I think that's all for the Pool Party. So we're going to put that away. And then I'm going to pull over this little piece of the die cut that I had cut out of this one. Again, that's the Christmas Greenery dies. So it's this one right here. And I'm using real red. And I'm actually going to slide this over because I want to put this on the dark so I can see it a little better. I'm going to ink this stamp up, and then I'm going to put my readers on actually so I can make sure I stamp this properly. So you're going to want to turn it and twist it to make sure that I've got it the right way. That looks about right. And I'm just going to go straight down, straight up. Ta-da! Yay! And I think I have one more thing to stamp on the inside. So let's pull this over. And let's start to assemble. And then I'll finish that inside. All right. Envelope is done, so we're going to put that aside. Here's the inside. Here's the outside. So I'm going to go ahead and mount this embossed piece on top of the card base. And that's just going to layer perfectly on there. And then I'm going to take the banner that I have, and I'm going to put just a little strip of adhesive on the back right there, and then I'm going to take my gold strip of foil here, flip that over, and attach it. I can have as little or as much of that gold show. And then I'm just attaching that directly onto my base. Let's go ahead and put some up here too. And pretty much just centering it really on in the card. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I just love it. All right, now let's work with this little tag. So this is going to be so simple. I'm going to go ahead and put the joy on here first. So I'm simply going to take some of our liquid glue, the Tombow, and stick a little bit of, well, maybe. Let's see if I can get it going. Oh, there we go. Just a touch of the glue on the back. Put one up here on this little dots of it. That way, hopefully it won't like squirt out and make a huge mess. You could also use our sticker paper ahead of time. That would have been a good idea. I have a little pair of tweezers here that I like to use for this kind of thing. That way I don't get the ink all over my fingers. And then I'm just going to attach it to the white tag. And then I'm going to take this and line up the holes, but kind of twist it a little bit here, turn it so some of that pool party shows. And then I'm going to take the ribbon, and I like to take a stylus tool or something, anything that I have that can kind of help poke that ribbon through, makes it easier. So I poked it through, and then I'm just going to simply give it one little tie. Like I'm not tying a knot really, I'm just doing that because this ribbon, it kind of stays where you put it, which is really nice when you're tying it. Isn't that so pretty? I'm going to trim it off a little bit. It's so pretty. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and attach it to the card before I embellish it. So I'm going to grab a few dimensionals so that I can pop this up. And then attach it to the card. Offset it just a little bit. Right about there. Oh, it's coming together. All right, and now let's go ahead and attach the embellishments here. So I've got this one. Trying to decide if I want to pop that. I think I do want to pop that up with a dimensional. And I think I'm going to use the mini ones because I want to tuck some things behind there. And that gives me a little bit more space to do that. So let's put it right about here. Maybe up a little bit more on the white. There you go. Oh, I just love it. Okay, now back to my little pieces. So I've got this little sprig, and then I've got these leaves. And what I did with these leaves, they're cut out of vellum, but I took the bottom leaf and kind of cut it off. So I've got these three, and I'm going to use glue dots. Oops, there they are. I already had them out. And I'm going to stick a glue dot on there. I got ink all over my hands. Ugh. And I'm going to tuck that leaf just right under there. And again, it's something that you don't really see at first, but the more you look at the card, you see it popping out from under there. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this little gold sprig. Stuck it on a glue dot. And I'm going to stick it up under there so it's hanging out a little bit. And then the part that I cut off, I'm also going to put a glue dot on. And this one, I'm going to have it come out of the top. Like so. Oh, love it. Okay, and then last but not least, we're using the traditional sparkling sequins, which are awesome because they're just, it's like little dots cut out of glimmer paper, but they're self-adhesive. So I'm going to take one of them and stick it right in the center of that. And then, oops, looks like I've got a straggler here. Put that back on there. So there's the front of the card finished. Now, to finish up the inside, I've stamped this, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to cheat again, ladies, and I'm using a retired set. Let me see if I can pull out what that was. In case you had it, you could use any verbiage on the inside, but I was trying to look for something that went well with the joy, and I love this one. May this season be filled with peace and joy. This is framed and festive. I can't remember when this was from, but I just thought it worked perfect. This is actually the same set I used the other day too on one of the other cards. I just love it. I don't know, I just really like the combination of that pool party and the pink and the red. Non-traditional as far as Christmas colors, but I love it. It works. And I'm seeing a lot of that actually out, the little bit that I've been out shopping, I've seen a lot of these kind of pastel colors. So, oops. And then this is going to get layered right here. So there's the card along with the envelope. Like I said, a very quick and easy card, but packs a powerful punch because of all the pretty bling in there. So this was today's card, the third day. This was yesterday's card, and on Monday we did this one. Come back tomorrow and I'll show you this one. Let me go ahead and flip the camera around so we can chat. Welcome back. How fun was that? I love this card. It was also a favorite of the girls that came for my Stamp-A-Stack. Just a reminder, these were the cards that we did for my Christmas card Stamp-A-Stack. And when the ladies came, they did, we had four stations, 4 cards, and they did 3 each of the 4. So they ended up with a big old goodie bag full of cards. They went home with 12 cards. If you missed out on participating or being able to come to my Stamp-A-Stack, no worries. I have got an opportunity for you so that you can snag the kits, the card, basically my make and take packets for these 4 cards. It will not include any of the stamping. It won't include any stamps or any product like that, but it'll have all the pieces and parts cut and prepped for you. So just like when I pulled out the little card packet when I began, it'll have all those pieces and parts for you. And this one will even have the joy. So really, the only stamping, I guess, would be this little poinsettia. So it'll have the die cut out there for you, but you could also sponge that, and put it on there. But anyway, you can use the stamp sets you have in anything on the inside. So same thing with this one, like I said yesterday, that one, you can put any embellishment on the front there. So anyway, if you are wanting to snag those 4 card kits so that you have them, just place a $50 order on my website between now and Sunday, and I will send those to you for free as a thank you for your support of my business. So anyway, thanks for popping in today. It was a quick one, quick and easy. Come back tomorrow, and I will share with you again how to do the nativity card. It's really fun. Got a couple different variations of it, and even a simpler variation where it's not colored quite as much for those that didn't want to take all the time to do the coloring, if that scares you. And then also come back Friday, because Friday I'm going to show you how to do this one. So make sure you come back to see that. I think that's all I have for you today. I did want to remind you, I do have another class coming up this season. Let me grab those cards to give you a sneak peek. They will be featuring that traditional Christmas suite, the whole suite. What's awesome about this class, the ladies that are coming are going to make, one of 4 different cards, but they're going to get an entire pack of this DSP that we're using, that really pretty traditional Christmas DSP. They're going to get an entire pack of that to take home, and an entire pack of the bling to take home. So I have just a couple openings left for that. So if you want to do that, please get registered right away, because those spots are almost closed. And that is December 4th, I believe. So it's a Thursday. So if that's the 4th. I will also be doing that class online too. So if you would like to join me online as I do it, and you would want the kits ahead of time, you can register for that as well. So yeah, it's just a fun class. I'll give you a little peek of some of those cards. This one with a fun opening. There's another one. Also highlighting those arch dies, which I love. We had a class on that last month. This one. So pretty. This was probably my favorite. This one I took right out of the catalog. Well, a couple of these really were very similar to what was in the catalog. So anyway, thanks again for joining me, and come back tomorrow and I'll share some more with you. Bye-bye.